Today we'll talk about those 5 secret habits that sets apart the wealthy individuals from the rest.
And if you do all those things, you are almost certain to succeed. And if you don't, you're going to need a lot of luck.
And I'll show you simple, actionable steps to start building those same habits yourself with ease. Most people think wealth comes from luck, crazy income, or working nonstop, but that's not it. Real wealth comes from small, consistent habits that quietly shape your future. Habits that build discipline, a clear direction, and financial wisdom over time. We've studied some of the world's wealthiest individuals and realized that they all were addicted to these 5 habits that made them richer and richer over time. Charlie Munger once said, "To get what you want, you need to deserve what you want." And by building these 5 habits, you can deserve the wealthy individual you'd like to be. Let's walk through the 5 habits that define wealthy people and how you can start applying them today. So let's dive in, starting with the very first difference: abundance mindset. The real difference between the wealthy and the poor isn't just money, it's mindset. Rich people think in abundance, while poor people think in scarcity. Think about this. Have you ever bought something you didn't really need? That's fine. Even the wealthy do that, but here's the real trap. Have you ever delayed an essential investment like a course, a better PC, or a skill upgrade that could actually move your life forward? That hesitation is scarcity mindset at work. It makes you fear spending on the very things that fuel growth. Wealthy people, on the other hand, operate with abundance. They believe opportunities are everywhere and money can always be created. Poor people believe opportunities are limited, so they cling tightly to what they have instead of reaching for more. At the end of the day, wealth isn't about holding on to what you have, it's about creating more. That's why abundance always beats scarcity. And this mindset naturally connects to the way they think about time. Habit 2, think long-term, the magic of compounding. The second difference is time perspective. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year and massively underestimate what they can do in 10. That's why wealthy people always think long-term. Imagine investing just $5 a day. In a week, it feels like nothing. In a month, still small. But in 10 years with compounding, it can turn into something life-changing. Poor people chase quick wins, lottery tickets, get-rich-quick schemes, or the next hot trend. Wealthy people play a different game. They think in decades, not days. They understand that small, consistent actions quietly multiply into something huge. So instead of asking for, "How fast can I get rich?" start asking, "What can I do today that my future self will thank me for in 10 years?" And that question leads directly to the next habit. Habit 3, continuous learning versus entertainment addiction. The third difference is learning. Here's a truth few admit. School ends, but learning should never. That's the mindset wealthy people live by. Poor people finish work and escape into Netflix, endless scrolling, or gaming. Wealthy people finish work and invest in themselves. Reading, taking courses, building skills, or even watching videos like this one that make them more valuable tomorrow than they were today. It's not about being the smartest, it's about being the one who never stops evolving. Knowledge compounds just like money. Every new skill and every fresh idea quietly reshapes you until opportunities appear that once felt out of reach. That's the difference. Poor people treat learning as optional. The wealthy treat it as survival. And once you've started creating more value, the next step is protecting it, starting with how you spend. Habit 4, spend less than you earn. The inversion trick. The fourth difference is discipline with money. Spend less than you earn. Sounds basic, right? But it's this basic principle that separates the wealthy from the poor. Wealthy people don't just try to earn more, they control their spending. They develop high-income skills, then invest most of what they make instead of wasting it on liabilities. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's longtime partner, uses a simple rule: invert. Don't just ask what to do, ask what not to do. What habits will make me poor? And then avoid them at all costs. Buying things to impress people, living paycheck to paycheck, or never saving a rupee. These are the habits that guarantee poverty. Avoid them, and you're already ahead of most people. So yes, it's basic, but basics, done consistently, compound into wealth. Spend less than you earn and invest the difference. And even then, one more trap can ruin everything. Making decisions too quickly. Habit 5, slow versus fast thinking, inspired by thinking fast and slow. The fifth difference is decision-making. Daniel Kahneman, the Nobel Prize-winning psychologist, showed us that our minds run in two modes: fast thinking, quick, emotional, instinctive, and slow thinking, deliberate, rational, analytical. Poor people stay trapped in fast decisions. They see a flashy car, a hot stock tip, or the latest gadget, and they jump without thinking. Wealthy people learn to pause. They ask, does this align with my goals? What's the risk? What's the opportunity cost? Fast thinking relies on shortcuts and emotions. Easy but error-prone. Slow thinking takes effort, but it protects you from regret and opens the door to smarter opportunities. That's the difference. Poor people let impulse drive their choices. Wealthy people slow down, analyze, and act with intention. One leads to regret, the other to compounding wins. So there you have it, the 5 real habits behind wealth: abundance mindset, long-term thinking, continuous learning, discipline with money, and slowing down to make better decisions. It's not hacks or overnight tricks, it's steady choices day after day that build into something powerful. Now ask yourself, which of these 5 habits will you start working on first? Stick with it for 30 days and watch how your perspective begins to change. If you found value in this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it so more people can learn how wealth is really built. And I'll see you in the next one.